to handle the coastal hills really good. I mean, heat-wise, and I thought, oh gosh, I could probably go up to the mountains, but all of my trails are closed because of the holy fire. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll go to Black Star Canyon because that's one of the canyons I haven't really explored. I've been down to Black Star Falls, but I haven't been up Black Star Canyon Road. But I can see Baker's Cross from here, which I have been to. I am going to spin it around and see if I can zoom in. Let's see, I don't have my glasses, so let's see, zoom, zoom. There we go. Baker Cross. So I forgot to take the zoom off when I zoomed into Baker's Cross, and then I finished the end of this, I guess, video, and now I'm recording because I think I just had my eyeball in the recording. Anyway, so I left my house a little late. Not later than I wanted to, just late because I had to get gas and drop the boys off to school and things like that. So my feet hit dirt about 10:45 out there on the other side of the gate in Black Star Canyon, which is off of Santiago Canyon. Well, you drive down Santiago Canyon and you turn right on Silverado Canyon, and then it's the first to the left. So I was thinking I'd go the 7.5 miles to Bleak's Place, and that would be a 15-mile round trip. And I think I've already mentioned that I thought because I could handle the coastal hills just really well, even on hot days, that I was gonna be good. I was going to be able to handle this because for some reason I think I'm invincible as long as I'm hiking and not running. Well, so I got a couple miles in, and sheesh, it was damn hot. And that doesn't mean it was hotter than normal. I mean, I've been up here when it's been much hotter, but ever since my meltdowns a few years ago, where I just got terribly ill more than once. One time, I actually thought there was a chance I could die, and that was not a good time. So ever since those heat sicknesses that I had, I have no tolerance, or very little tolerance for heat. That's why I was thinking, gosh, I'm going to be able to do this because I can do the coastal hills. So anyway, I get out here a couple miles in, and it's hot, and I think, well, I'm not going to make it to Beek's Place today. I am going to turn around probably at the 5-mile mark. We'll see how it goes. We'll just do some assessing at 5 miles, and that way if I turn back, I've got 10-mile hike. I got a breeze. I got a breeze at 3 miles. So I was feeling pretty good. The breeze, and at precisely 0.96 miles later, so at mile 3.96, I found a little scrubby shrub. That's all we have here. There are no trees. I'm completely exposed up here. My hike got a little bit of shade. I crawled under and sat in the shade, and decided I think I'm done because I was feeling pretty lightheaded, and I know that's the first sign of things starting to turn bad. So learning from experience, lightheaded means sit down and rest, get some fluids, and turn around. So I stood up, and I'm just that kind of person that doesn't want to stop at 3.96. So I marched a little bit longer, went to 4 miles, and turned around. So now I'm headed down back to my truck. I'll just enjoy the rest of my hike, which is downhill, and I think I'll try Beek's Place when the weather cools down substantially, probably in the winter. So until then, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm really tired of Crystal Cove, Lisa Woods, and Laguna Wilderness. It's kind of boring me. So I know it's beautiful. They are beautiful places, but I've just been there so many times. So if you know of some local places, South Orange County, that are more in the coastal hills and not the mountains, let me know, or give me a comment down below so I can check it out. I'm down in the canyon now, and I'm out of the sun, which is lovely, and I'm going to have shade now for off and on, which is wonderful. And this is the way that you get down to Black Star Falls, and I just wanted to take a look since it's been so long, and I've only done it once. The creek is dry, but it's still quite lovely. I'm at about the 6-mile mark, and I am now coming off and on into shade, and I'm surrounded by this warning electrical fence, the Edwards Ranch. There's all kinds of areas up here surrounded by this electrical fence, and Mr. Edwards is probably a nice man, but this really, I don't know, it just it leaves me with a bad feeling. I don't like the way it looks, but I suppose, it's the property owner's right. But he's got a huge amount of land. I don't know what he's doing on it. Farming, ranching, holding events. I'm not sure. But on both sides of this road, we've got areas electrified off limits. But it sure is pretty right here, especially since I don't see that stupid electrical fence. This part of the canyon, I'm going under the high tension wires that I just videoed above, and they're all letting off a electrical humming sound that sounded kind of spooky when I first came through. I didn't realize where the sound was coming from. I was thinking, oh, maybe the creek is going or flowing, and it wasn't. Anyway, and then I looked up and saw the wires. Let's see if I can get a good picture here. There they are. Can I zoom in? There we go. Maybe you can hear the humming. Folklore is that Black Star Canyon is haunted. I don't remember the story precisely, but a rancher, I believe, and I believe it was the late 1800s, I'm not really sure, maybe mid 1800s, rancher massacred some local Indian or Native Americans, I grew up in the 70s. Anyway, there was a massacre here, and I'm gonna have to look it up to remind myself. So that's the story behind the haunting of Black Star Canyon. I think I'll look it up and put it in my blog post about this Friday hike. More electrical fence. I'm at 7.94 miles on this hike, and so I'm going to get about 8 miles of this lovely hike in what is it again? Oh my god, I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, Black Star Canyon. And so I learned that this canyon is not for me until the winter, and I got in some lovely scenery, and I got very warm and lightheaded. Overall, it was a nice hike. I always like to explore. It doesn't matter really if I got to my destination, which I didn't, and which sometimes happens. Sometimes I don't get to my destination. Most often I do. So next Friday, I'm aiming for something a little closer to the coast.